Hey guys, welcome back to Backyard Dynamics. We got a special guest today. It's Memo returning. He was our first actual guest on our show. He's back for another round.
Cool, man. Thank you guys for having me again. Appreciate it.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, dude. It's been 2.5 years. We were just talking about
2.5 years.
For first season, episode 6 or 7. What was it? What was your slogan? Save the Eclipse.
Yeah, Save the Eclipse.
I think that's what the title of the podcast is.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was the first episode that we did. We did 2.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
We did 2 that night.
And we had a lot to talk about, and I think we still got a lot more.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. So to the people watching, we're still in our first few episodes on YouTube. So if you're listening to us audio, go to our YouTube, check it out, Backyard Dynamics, the podcast, and leave a comment and subscribe.
Yeah, make sure to hit a comment and subscribe and a thumbs up on the video. And if you have any questions, make sure, again, ask questions on the comments. And let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it. So what's new? What's different? You just bought a new car.
Wait. Even before that, dude, last time you mentioned you had a Project GSX, right? Or am I imagining that?
No. Yeah. I still have those.
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 Right? Oh, those. All right.
Yeah.
What's the latest with those? You know, any breakthroughs?
Nothing on that yet. Just right now, it's just back burner. As you know, I have multiple cars, so it makes it very difficult to work on multiple cars at a time. You know, people think YouTube is paying you big money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not what it was, but hopefully get to that soon. I think that's one of my next projects and that I'm pushing right now. Save the Eclipse again. Like our first episode, kind of put it on the back burner for a little bit because we're doing some overlanding and messing with the Land Cruiser, and I'm still doing that now. Mm-hmm. But the Eclipse GSX, I'm kind of hyped to kind of start working on it again. So yeah, they're still there.
That sounds like that's a long-term project then, so it's in the scope. So you'll continue on it. Cool, cool.
You could send some money to my PayPal account. We can make it happen really quick.
Yeah. Sponsors.
Put it up. Seriously, man, put it up there.
Well, to the new people watching, explain what Save the Eclipse is.
So Save the Eclipse started because the guys over at Throttle reached out to me. Evan did, and said, "Hey, let's do a collab about your Eclipse because you're one first owner, 53,000 mile Eclipse, and I'm gonna go and create a video saying that I'm wanting to buy it like a barn find." Mm-hmm. So I think this will make great content for us and then maybe for you. So sure enough, he went over to the warehouse and created let's go look for this Eclipse barn find. Period correct, 53,000 miles, and we're thinking about buying it. So at the time I was doing YouTube, but I wasn't really focused on YouTube.
Yeah.
So he said, once we post this video, it's going to do really well because at the time they only had 60,000 subscribers on YouTube, which now they're at I think 2 million something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're on the next level now. But so he says
they do a lot of car giveaways too.
Yeah, they do that, and so Evan's hey, if you guys think we should pick up this Eclipse and buy it, comment below, hashtag Save the Eclipse. So me being who I am, I was like, oh, I'm going to run with that. So sure enough, I created a whole brand behind it. And I should be wearing the Save the Eclipse sweater, but I should.
It's in the works.
No, I have it. It's just I brought my other Mitsubishi one from one of my other buddies that does Mitsubishi stuff too. But anyways, so that's how it happened. Throttle posted it on their YouTube channel. I did a follow-up video, and next thing you know, my channel started growing because of them. And then the Eclipse community is very niche. Mm-hmm. So there's followers all over the world that you wouldn't even think. And even though the Eclipse wasn't made outside of the U.S., but they still receive some cars. There's people in Brazil.
Yeah.
Poland and Spain and just some cars in Japan too. Somehow got shipped over there. But yeah, that's what I'm relaunching right now. I'm actually working on the website to bring it back and kind of put more time into that and maybe, bring back the Eclipse. Start working on that soon. So I think it's just mainly just time and some money to put into to that particular
And
project.
you still have 3 of them, right?
Yeah, so I have a 99, a 299s and 197, all GSXs.
Yeah.
Damn,
That's what's up.
those are gold right now.
They're
Yeah.
so hard to find, and then if you find them, they're like beat up,
Clapped
trashed.
out,
Yeah.
They've been touched like 7 to 10 times.
Yeah.
already.
Like Robbie C.
Too many owners.
You,
and
you know what I find amazing is, like you said, that the Eclipse was only an American car, and it was only pretty much just the 90s, right? You know, just that decade, and it wasn't offered in any other country. And to me, well, I guess because maybe I graduated in high school in that decade, like the Eclipse has always been like, wow, that's probably one of the best
It's a nice
looking
looking
cars,
car,
especially
yeah.
your model second
Yeah.
gen Eclipse.
Yeah.
That was
Everybody
like one
wanted
of the
that
best
car
looking cars
in high school.
from Mitsubishi.
Yeah, they did a really good job on that styling. It just, even now, I was going through my photos because I have it stored at my warehouse. I was looking through my photos. I'm like, damn, that just looks really good.
Badass.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
iconic,
I
man.
think there's a lot of 90s cars that have that look.
Yeah.
They're iconic,
Yeah.
for sure.
And that was one of them. I mean,
But-
that was one of the.
But especially the
big
second
90s
gen,
cars.
like I'm surprised it's not as big as like a Supra or something, right? Because you know the Supra has been since late 70s all the way up to late 90s, and there's such that whole following behind it. But I'm like, dude, the Eclipse
I think
is a great car.
wasn't it the transmission that was kind of like the weak link about for it?
It was yeah, they're going to get mad at me. They crank walk. They were known for
Oh
crank
yeah,
walk.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's why. And then, I mean, again, when you're cranking up the boost and you're not taking care of the internals and then you're gonna start having some issues. So
yeah,
but they're known for that. But I mean, it depends on what you want to do with it. But if you maintain it and just run OEM, I mean, it should
boost,
do good.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
or just build it right and it should hold. But
Yeah.
those motors, they're capable of
what
seven,
was
800.
what was the motor, a 4G or
48.
Yeah, 46G or 463.
4G63.
4G63? Yeah, I remember. Not a lot of people did it, but in the 80s, Mitsubishi came out with the Stereon, and they were able to put that 4G and made it to the transmission of the Stereon. They also did it with the Mighty Max too.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was always something I wanted to do. I was like, do a Mighty Max with a 4G in it, and it's just swap over and not too much you have to do to it. I think we're pretty nice little mini
I
truck.
just remember the GSXs, the Eclipses were like they were fast.
Yeah.
So I had friends that are from Thrust, and the front wheel drives and the all wheel drive, like they figured out how to make them just all last from the
The
early
launch,
ones, the first gen,
it was
second gen. Yeah.
The fastest
They were just
all-wheel
quick
drive
overall.
car
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah, they were, man. Like from the factory, you can modify it, but
Yeah.
again, like you said, cranking up the boost, braking transmissions, and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Can't wait to see more of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
And the price.
I'm excited. So hopefully, doing this podcast,
Yeah.
gets us more motivated to jump on that next
yeah,
project.
yeah. For us,
I know it's speaking on that motivation. It's motivated my cousin to go back and buy his old car. Shout out to Ivan. He went and found his Gen 2 RX-7,
Nice.
and he just bought it last week. So he's gonna start working on that.
it's pretty nice too.
It's
He sent me some
super
pictures.
clean, dude. Super clean. And a lot of us, right? Like Robert, since last time
Oh yeah,
you were on the show, he got his.
I'm a Nissan guy now.
He got a 300ZX.
I saw that
'Cause he wanted one?
I think everybody here picked up a whole new car since the last time we talked.
Yeah,
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 picked up a minivan.
Yeah,
yeah.
Z32 already blew up the engine.
He
Yeah.
blew the engine.
Yeah.
already.
Oh yeah, seized the engine.
He did it on
Yeah.
purpose.
We were
We're supposed to race.
we
and
spent
He added water.
I spent like 2 hours cleaning it because we were going to some new open house in Oceanside for like a car meet. House car. What was it? Producer Gabe.
It was a car shop opened up in Oceanside, like BMW shop.
Yeah, some sort of BMW shop. So I'm getting onto the freeway, and there was a nice big space where I gunned it in second, and then we're all the way up to the red line and shift hard to third to see if I could make the wheels chirp. And it went in third,
say that.
and second gear is the end of second gear is around like 70 miles an hour. So I started going. I'm like, well, I better slow down and trying to get a ticket. All of a sudden, you just hear the noise, woo! I'm like, what the heck? And yeah, the RPMs just went down. I had to coast off the freeway, and
Did you
engine
ever
just went, doom.
seafoam your car, your engine?
Huh?
Seafoam it?
No.
That additive that would have cleaned it. Damn.
No, I don't know. I got another engine I'm gonna put it in, but
He was scared to race the minivan, dude.
I'm curious to take it apart and see what happened to it.
Wow. Yeah. That's another body style that I really like too.
Yeah.
yeah, spaceship.
Yeah, it looks really good. I like the headlights and the
Yeah.
whole front end.
Yeah.
Even the back end.
That car was dope.
Lamborghini lights.
I mean,
Yeah, one of the few Nissan cars I liked. It was funny because I was actually looking at GSXs. I wanted either maybe a GST, kind of seeing what the price range was. And this Z32 was like $3,000. So, yeah, beat up interior, but I got it all going.
Yeah, you got on it, man.
Yeah.
I think we spoke about it last time. I think everything 90s is coming back and it's,
big time.
You know, and it's starting to get more expensive. So I think we even spoke about it. I think it's just starting to pick up the cars that we grew up in high
Yeah.
school and start picking them up because they're going to get expensive,
Yeah, they
you know,
are.
Yeah.
and harder to find too. So
Yeah.
whatever you got, pick up a 90s car and you're starting to see more like 90s vibes at
Yeah.
car meets.
Yeah.
There's car meets just designed all around the 90s, right?
Yeah.
That are coming up. And those are our high school cars 20 years later.
Yep.
So they're classics now.
Nice.
Yeah. It seems like the car scene's kind of almost coming back like how it was in the 90s. Even the factory companies like Toyota is
Feels
seeing
like
it.
it.
And now they're coming out with the MR2.
Yeah.
The new Celica's coming out. A new Concept Supra is coming out with its own Toyota engine. So
They released the GR RAV4.
GR
Oh, nice.
RAV4.
I think it's what we mentioned last time, where it's like these kids that grew up with like uncles and parents that were renting on the cars, and
Yeah.
finally now they're having their kids, and their kids are more involved and see like, oh wow, they're hearing the stories, you know, old street racing days and car shows and car meets, and that's, I mean, I think it's picking up. And speaking of that, last time you were on too, you talked about you were involved in the National City cruising scene, right?
Yeah, that too.
So how's that gone so far? Like I figure like, are imports showing up too, or is still lowriders?
Yeah, right now it's just lowriders. You know, I think sometimes the import cars kind of feel not wanted, just because, you know, the whole import racing scene, and then because the lowrider history behind Cruising Highland. But I think if you were part of, you know, Cruising Highland in the 80s and 90s, I think it was all types of
It was.
Yeah.
it was all types of vehicles. But you are seeing like mini trucks, and you're starting seeing Euro cars. So Euro cars
Yeah.
are like a Nissan Sentra with wire wheels.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
every so often see that.
Okay.
But it would be cool to see a little bit more like JDM import cars there, you know?
Yeah.
a super with wire wheels. What?
Hey, now that we're going in summer, do you expect a certain, is there going to be like a certain day where we should come down and check it out?
They do, but it's usually anytime like Kimball Park has a car show, that's usually a good day.
Oh damn.
I think, but they only do like an end of summer car show. There might be like a beginning of summer car show, but it's in downtown.
Yeah.
So that might bring, you know, cars down. Or what we could even do ourselves too is just kind of cruise down there on a Sunday and just post up at a specific location. It doesn't have to be at Price Breakers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that you give the lowriders their the Price Breaker area, and then we could be, you know, up north a little bit, you know, and kind of post up.
Yeah.
And
Oh, like imports, you mean?
yeah, so you could
Okay.
just have imports, so like JDM stuff. Obviously, people our age, because some of the the young kids still act up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so a lot of the lowriders, obviously, that the reason
They don't
why
want that.
they don't
Yeah.
they don't want that type of stuff. So
I don't blame them.
so not to burn the spot. So I
Yeah.
think people our age, usually respect the spot. So maybe we could do like a Sunday night, or even if it's not Sunday night, we could do like a Saturday night,
Yeah.
and then maybe reach out to one of the taco shops and let's see if they allow us to do a meetup, and just consume the product, right? Because
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
of course.
we're gonna be taking their parking. So
Yeah.
Do you happen to know what days they're cruising more on? Is it Saturdays or Sundays?
Sunday evening.
Sunday's still the
Sunday evenings.
go-to.
Yeah, so Sunday evenings there's usually cars out there depending on what the weather looks like.
Yeah.
And if there was a show on Saturday, then they won't cruise on Sunday. So it's
Yeah.
usually
I know when I go to, and I ran into you once, go to my mom's house on Sundays, after when I'm leaving, I always take Highland. And yeah, I've seen a bunch of cars there, and looks like it's still popping.
yeah it gets good. It gets good. It's every so often you get a bigger crowd. So, but if there's a big car show, then you can't even drive up and down the the
it's that packed.
Highland Avenue,
Wow.
yeah. Or
Wow.
even get into the parking lot.
And it's been pretty civil for the most part, right, over there. Because I know like there were some shows I think at J Street maybe months ago, maybe last year, where it got a little out of hand. They
Oh
were
yeah,
like, yeah,
saw that. Yeah, there was
Some-
like a fight broke out or
yeah,
something.
man. It's like why?
I mean,
I was watching a video.
When there's
with my wife,
there's
like,
large crowds, there's always something gonna pop
Yeah,
off.
I mean,
There were older kids.
In all
They weren't
events,
even like
too.
kids.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. I'm like, bro, come on.
I mean, in any event,
Yeah.
football games.
it's all ego and stuff, especially
Yeah.
depending on if they're car hopping and the one says
There's a
your car sucks and
Yeah.
whatever.
That's I think what it was, right? They were car hopping.
It was. That's why,
Yeah.
like, man, really, like, come on,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Like,
but
let that
I
pride shit go.
yeah, so something like that happened. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we before my car broke down, we went to a car show. What was it? A car meet over at Campercaster, and me and producer Gabe are parked in the back, right? And some dude just showed up on a dirt bike, and he started doing wheelies up and down. Yeah, and then he cruised down, and he came back, and he's all. I just heard him say "whoa" because his dirt bike was up on his wheel and started going towards the front of my car, and then he swerved out of the way, and I guess he ended up parking after that. But it's like, what were you doing that for? We're like,
Yeah.
we're in the car show, and you're the only guy on the dirt bike, and you're doing wheelies up and down the parking lot.
Stunning.
Yeah,
He's gonna
That
burn the
happens.
it's just
spot.
something like that happens. Like, what would happen if you hit the front of my car?
Oh, dude.
Ooh,
You know what I
what
mean?
would have happened?
Well,
I don't know.
Well, that's-
I'm glad we didn't have to find out.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why I got a new car
Yeah.
because one of the cars was doing a burnout and then slammed into the back of my car and totaled it.
Oh,
Really?
So
Yeah.
what car did he total?
My 98 Accord, no, 2018 Accord.
Was it was that hard of a hit?
Wow.
Yeah, well, it took out the whole back quarter panel.
Whoa.
Damn.
Yeah,
When
well-
was this?
Like 3 months ago?
At a
Were you
car
in the
meet?
car,
A
or
car,
were you
just
outside
car
the
meet?
car?
No, it was on Highland.
No.
I won't say what kind of car it was, but it was a classic car and it just slammed right into it.
man.
Oh, so it wasn't even an import.
No, and I was parked. So
Dang.
Oh, yeah.
So with every car scene or any kind of automotive scene,
Yeah.
you always have knuckleheads. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you're gonna run into something.
So it's funny because you always see the flyers say like respect the spot.
Yeah.
You're like, these are grown ass people. Why wouldn't they? Why would you
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to say that?
Yeah.
But it's a constant reminder because there's still people acting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I told this dude, I'm like, I'm gonna park in the back because I don't know what's gonna happen when you get too close to
Yeah.
the center of the car show.
Yeah.
And I was in the back, and my car almost got hit. Like,
Dang.
yeah. Well, after that, I ended up taking off. But yeah, it's unfortunate when that
You
happens.
messed up, bro, because you could have had a kit, brand new engine swap. You would have hit.
I probably would have just had a dirt
But you
bike.
chose not to.
No, the guy looked young. I probably would have just had a dirt bike.
Well, as long as you have what's it called, uninsured motorist.
Yeah.
Then you're good.
Yeah.
So that's how I got a car.
Man,
I got-
Nice.
that's what's up.
So,
Well, not nice,
Like a
but you
pro
lost
tip.
your old car. But
Get some
Yeah.
uninsured motorists on your insurance right now.
Yeah.
Full coverage.
yeah.
That sucks because you go out there to show your car and then some knucklehead beats it up.
Well, we were at this other car show over in PB. Well, it's not a car show, a car meet. And this dude pulls up in a some sort of Nissan Maxima, I think. Hood was off, and it literally his exhaust was just the manifold, and that was it. And he was just revving it. He was revving it, like revving it, hitting the red line, just bah 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 bah. And finally,
Tell me about it.
yeah,
Red
and finally,
limiter.
the third time he did it, he'd be on one side of the parking lot. Nothing happened. He just walked straight back, turn it on, rev it, and walk back again.
Yeah, dude.
But the guy who was hosting everything, like he had a bullhorn. He's like, "Hey, you need to stop that." This is like a young kid. He looks like he was 21, 22. Went up to this dude and told him to stop. But around that time, it was too much noise going on, so we ended up taking off. So I don't know what happened.
You gotta think about what people are thinking of, like what's going through their head. What does that impress? Are they thinking, hey, this is gonna impress someone? Like,
Yeah,
no, man, you're just being a dick. Like, stop.
yeah,
So,
Man.
that's
Yeah.
funny,
Sucks.
dude.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, there's always one or two of those guys everywhere. So it doesn't matter what car scene it is.
Can't say I wasn't one back in the day. At some point, maybe did something.
yeah. I'm sure we all did something
look
knuckleheaded,
out.
like
The little peel out.
Yeah.
Leaving. Oh, that's
Damn.
cool, man. And then you also touched a little bit on your YouTube channel. You started growing it. What's new with it, man?
Not just always. There's always content. Either it's anything automotive that I touch. Either my Land Cruiser, if it's trips or if how-to videos, or if it's camping gear, or if it's new product that I get to promote. So I don't know. Since then, I think I picked up Odyssey sponsorship. I picked up PB Blaster sponsorship too.
Okay.
What else? Picked up Camp Chef company. They do
Yeah,
grills.
yeah.
They-
Oh,
Nice.
I saw that video, dude. How you liking that?
It's good. It's good. It's compact, small. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it works really well. I
Should
mean,
have brought it. I wanted to see it.
you should have told me,
I,
but
I didn't think about it, but no, because I'm thinking about upgrading my grill, and he had got this new what was it called?
Camp Chef.
it's Camp Chef. It's the Kodiak Camp Chef.
Yeah, and he actually has a video of him cooking and using it.
Yeah, I've seen the video.
Yeah, and
What'd you
I was
cook,
like,
man?
Chicken tacos.
Hey, tacos, man. I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always interested in camping, like kitchen stuff for camping.
Yeah, it all depends on what you're trying to cook, and obviously this the Kodiak Camp Chef is their smaller version.
Yeah,
So it has 10,000
BTU.
BTUs on each side. So for me, that's plenty. But some people cook, in higher winds, or they need more flame.
Yeah.
So you do have an upgraded model to that as well. So, but this one's perfect size for me, what I'm looking for. So, I'm not trying to overly cook stuff. So, it's perfect size for me and to do steaks or whatever.
And this uses propane
Yeah. So
Okay, the little green.
Either you could use a little canister, or you could
or
probably
hook up your tank.
you could probably hook up your tank as well.
Nice.
yeah. Okay, I was about to ask that, but
Oh,
Good job.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm smarter. No, I'm kidding.
I feel like we're pretty caught up on the past. So you were starting to ask about something new.
well,
What were you gonna ask about?
I was gonna ask something new.
Yeah. So we're caught up on this past, man. But you were
Oh.
asking me, he's driving.
What's new?
something. Yeah, what's new?
Oh yeah, I was asking what's new. I'm sorry, I completely crossed my mind. What's new? You actually mentioned it. Your Accord was wrecked, and you got a new car.
Yeah, so after that, I was like, dude, I really like my Accord. It's actually a really well-rounded vehicle.
Yeah.
For everyday use and for everything. It was just the 1.5 liter. So then I was actually already looking at the 2.0 liter, which they stopped making it in 2022, I believe.
Yeah,
So I was thinking about picking one of those up because obviously the 2.0 liter is the same motor that comes in the Civic Type R.
yeah,
Nice.
So I was like, maybe I could do like a little, upgrade in motor and upgrade in a tune, and then kind of have a nice, daily driver. But, I was like, you know what? Maybe I need something a little bit nicer. So I ended up, doing my research, and I ended up picking up a 2022 IS350 F Sport.
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
So it's really nice. It's actually smaller than the Accord,
Yeah.
but it's sportier. It's really nice.
That's the one I saw you in.
Yeah.
You know how I recognized? Because I didn't know it was you, but I was driving behind you, and then I saw your sticker
Yep.
in the back.
there you go.
Your OG logo.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I did that on purpose. It's my old Silver Star logo
Yeah.
that I used to have on my limo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put them all in most of my cars so that I'm just keeping that brand on
That was your first venture, right? Like your first big
business. Yeah.
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
everything I do, I build a brand and a logo so that you remember what that is.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't say anything, that logo.
I remembered.
It caught your attention.
Yeah.
You knew what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it, and I go, "Is that Memo?" I told my wife, "That's Memo right there." And we pull up next to you, and you're like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Nice car."
Oh my god.
No,
That's why he was nervous when he first got here. He couldn't say.
Yeah, because
No.
I didn't know he had that car. It was nice.
No,
I was
he
like, "That's a
pulled
nice
up
car."
and I just heard whoosh, 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 just like really light. And I was like,
Oh, Eco Boost.
I'm like, who the hell's blowing off on me? And it was him and his truck.
Eco Boost.
Yeah, that's funny.
So I was like, who's blowing off on me?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's funny, man.
So yeah, so I picked that up, and yeah, who knows? I'm probably not gonna do anything to it just because it's my daily driver.
Yeah.
And I use it.
Yeah.
I use it for work, and it's already nice.
It's already nice. I mean,
Yeah.
that thing looks pretty nice.
So maybe lower it. I don't know.
Some
I don't know.
wheels.
It's kind of tough to do something to your daily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was just trying to say clout.
Yeah.
No,
I lower it.
I was gonna do something to the Honda too, though, but
Those things already come pretty low, and I think I would just put wheels on it.
Yeah,
Anything.
wheels would look nice.
But then
you
they
have to
come
lower.
with-
Then you have to lower.
Then
it.
you have to.
Yeah.
It already comes with 19s. It's staggered fit.
Then you got LS swap it. Like, I don't know, man.
Then now you need a daily for your daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, but you could fit 20s in there, so it
Damn.
actually looks really good. But again, I let my girl drive it, so I'm not trying to make it.
Yeah.
Stock, man. Don't
Yeah, just keep it as is, and
It's-
It looks good the way it is.
yeah. So
admire it for what it is.
yeah, that's my latest pickup. I haven't bought anything else since. You know, kind of trying to focus on what I do have versus keep buying more stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, I haven't touched anything else. So we'll see.
Well, I've been seeing your Land Cruiser. You've been doing a lot of stuff
Speaking
to that.
of stuff you have.
Yeah, that thing's already hooked up pretty good, at least to my standards.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much more you could do. You could try to, put 35s, but I don't need 35s. But it does everything I need. So
It's not on 35s. I
What,
thought it
what size tires do you have on right now?
285s.
285. So what does that equate? Like 33s?
33s.
Right below a 33 and 12 and a half.
Okay.
Pretty big.
32 point something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the most common tire Toyota guys run, 285.
So that is the vehicle you pulled up in today.
Yes.
Looks pretty dope, man. So we see a bunch of
I'm
lights.
really impressed with those corner lights. Those are they look like projector LED lights.
Yeah, the rough country light.
Those are
Those are pretty
look
cool.
Shout
really
out Road
nice.
Country guys.
Dude, I think.
I got me looking at this stuff.
Yeah.
Wait,
So,
I'm gonna do something fancy. Right here, the viewers are gonna see the corner lights.
there you go.
Yeah,
Do
Insert
it.
corner lights here.
right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I actually, when I was doing my research, I was like, man, I don't want to pay Baja design prices, and then, but I,
Yeah.
I still want something that's nice. So then I somehow came across Rough Country's, product, and I bought a couple of them, and dude, they've been awesome. And the best part is the price is affordable,
Yeah.
and the quality is good. And if you have any issues with them, you just reach out to Rough Country, and their customer cares, their customer service is really good.
Support.
Yeah, they'll take care of you, So
Yeah,
yeah, I really like their stuff, and it's black and it's sleek, and it doesn't look cheap.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like smoked lens. It looks
Yeah.
really cool, but it's still bright. So it's
Yeah,
a
so-
trip.
Yeah.
dude, that's the problem right now. Those Baja design lights are really nice. They look great and they perform great.
Yeah.
They're really nice.
They are good.
Yeah, and it's just the price.
Price is crazy.
So
Yeah, and I'm used to like living in National City where someone can easily just come and use a 9/16
take 'em off.
take off a
Bro, you
light.
haven't lived in National City in like over 20 years.
Yeah,
man.
but
you're
I
used
grew
to
up-
living in Escondido. What are you talking about?
Dude, Escondido's
It's-
bad too.
It's the same. It's actually probably worse than National City.
Is it?
Yeah.
man.
Well,
National
East
City-
Escondido.
National City's nice.
You
now.
can
But-
leave $100 in National City on the floor and come back and it's gone.
Yeah,
And
yeah, but I that's always in the back of my mind. So I'm gonna spend like almost $1,000 in lights, and then they get stolen. As opposed to
So-
Amazon, which is like $200 for everything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, let me tell you, how often do you do night runs?
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And
Very probably
have-
very few,
Yeah.
few. So
Yeah.
you really don't
That's
don't
true.
need them because you don't. Nobody does night runs.
Yeah.
And then when you land at camp, it's usually before dark.
Yeah.
So then you're parked, and then you're not night driving after that.
Yeah.
So the money you spend on, again, they're great products, but if you're doing like 2% of the time of the trails you're doing are in the daytime,
Yeah.
you really don't need
true.
them. It's just, to be honest with you,
That's
most
very
peop-
true.
I
No,
think
no
that's
offen-
where,
not
where a
to-
lot of people fall into that trap.
No, not to offend
Yeah.
people. It's just to look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
No,
You're
no.
right.
It's you're chasing the name. You think, oh, I'm getting the best of the best, but you honestly, you may not know the difference if you were to see it. Like if someone was to tell you slap on, it doesn't have a sticker, but you could slap
Yeah.
on, Baja Designs.
Yeah.
You'd probably think, oh, this is actually legit Baja Designs, and that's kind of like there's a place for that. And if you're a professional racer and that's what you want, and that's what you need, cool. I'm in the same mindset where it's
But
like,
if you're a weekend
man, it works.
warrior, like
It's not the
us,
best. It's not the worst. It's better than nothing,
mhm.
and it's working. If I'm satisfied with it, I don't care what someone else thinks.
Yeah.
So it looks good still. So that's just a secondary factor.
long as it
right?
works,
as long as it
right?
works, I'm always form function first, and looks last. So no, man, they look legit though. They look like
Yeah.
really nice.
No, they
lights.
actually, do look
Especially
good.
the rear ones. Those
Yeah,
things
those look
look
dope.
like really nice.
Oh yeah, the rear chase lights.
Yeah.
those
Those are
those-
sick.
These ones right here.
Yeah,
Oh, you're adding those.
They're-
too?
You can't see them, but the viewers can.
Oh,
yeah.
look.
So I think,
Right
I think that
Right there.
Oh, those.
just add something else there.
Yeah.
He's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Oh, you found them?
dude, those things are, those are the rock lights.
the rock lights.
Yeah, the
I think
rear,
I'm gonna get those.
the
for
rear, the chase lights, dude. That's
Yeah.
when I saw them, I was like, dude, I gotta have these, especially for the price.
Yeah.
And then nobody had them on if you Googled it or you YouTube it, nobody had those on their website or even done a product review. So I was the first one to do a product review on those because
Oh, nice.
yeah. So those actually were one of my favorite rough country lights.
They are pretty bright too.
And then they have different mounts. So if you have a round bar roof rack or something like that, they have the bracket for to put on a round bar and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
So there's
Like a roll cage or
I should put
like
my
a
roof
razor
rack back
or
on.
something.
I can use it.
Spectrum
Yeah.
series.
yeah, or if you're on a side by side or anything like that,
Yeah.
you could use those. So they're actually pretty sick. Or if you just want to use one chase light, you could put the chase light in the middle
Yeah.
and just run one or on one side or the
Yeah.
other. Like
Chase lights are useful though, because I used them during the day.
Yeah.
when you're in the dirt,
Yeah.
in the daytime, it's very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the most light
You know
I
what?
use the chase
they're
light
not useful for me because I don't know.
because you're always in the back.
Well, the last trip we did for the Mojave Trail,
We'll see if I
we
have time.
made it to our campsite before it got dark. So
Lame.
no one really got to use
I
their
use the
lights.
chase lights. That's
You
it.
still use them.
I mean,
Yeah.
I had,
use them.
we
I
had
had
them on.
traffic, bro.
I had them on, but
No, you know what I used them for is just to
Your-
follow,
Oh,
yeah.
like having a flag on your truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I used them for.
Yeah.
watch your language there, buddy.
A flag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
No, I'm just messing.
No, but I think with that being said, then I think you guys should do more like even locally, you could just do a night trip
Yeah.
or a sunset trip, and so you go up there for the sunset, and then you cruise.
Old Time Mountain, bro.
Yeah, that's what
Been telling you.
Well, that's what I usually do. We like every
Oh,
other
yeah.
month or something. We'll go somewhere. We actually just a few weeks ago we did a night run. We went from Borrego Springs to
Yeah, man, sick invite.
Ocotillo.
I was like, man, my wife's the one that showed me. Oh, you see where Robert went? What?
Yeah,
Mother-
and
yeah,
we got
Robert's the one always
these
going
lights,
off
yeah.
roading.
Mother
We did Valley of the Moon at night. Everyone got to use their lights. I haven't been to Otay in a while.
Yeah, I mean, just go to. Well, I mean, you're a little further out.
Yeah,
Then-
but
then-
there's other trails up
But
there.
right here, right?
Yeah, or Black Mountain Truck Trail.
Black Mountain.
That was dope.
Palomar.
Where do you go?
Palomar's
You go
nice.
right here on the 9 to 5. I always see you're up there.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
because my girl's parents live around the corner. So then I'll be like, I'll be back.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'll just go up there for like a couple hours and then come
Yeah.
back down.
I'll go for a pack of cigarettes.
Here,
I'll be back.
sorry, I didn't get to hang out with you guys today.
You know what? I always tell my kids that when they leave the house. Hey, kids, I'm going to buy some milk. I'll be back.
Just in case you never come back.
Right? He left for the milk and never came back.
So, does your Land Cruiser have a rear locker?
It does.
It does.
98, 99 have factory rear lock.
Yeah,
Man, everybody got a rear locker, bro.
I
gotta
know.
Get on
The
board.
way to go.
I know he has lockers front and rear.
But that's aftermarket.
Yeah.
'Cause the 91s didn't come with them.
No, I think it was 94 or 95 dual lock.
Yeah, it came out. And then some versions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, if you have lockers and then his is the ultimate Land Cruiser. This,
Yeah.
the suspension, and then if you have lockers, I mean, there's nothing that could stop you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Just unless you leak out all your oil.
Yeah. That can stop you.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you maintain Toyotas, I mean, just like any other vehicle, as long as you maintain them, I mean, they'll do everything you ask it to.
Toyotas are beasts.
Is there a mod you regret you doing on the Land Cruiser?
Oh, that's a good question.
No, that's a good question. No,
Or a waste that you
Like
think.
just something where you used it for a little bit and you replaced it and you're just like, dude, that was not worth it.
not. Well, see, here a lot of the stuff that I do get is sponsored.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's stuff that I probably have on there that I probably wouldn't even spend money on.
Yeah.
I mean, the headlights look great because they're one-piece headlights. But do I need them? No.
Yeah.
Like it's something that if you just want to be a little different, but they perform great. They're H7s versus 9006s headlight bulbs, but they look really good.
Are they brighter
I
or clear? I mean,
they might be the similar, but it might be a different pattern just because the headlight
Yeah,
is
'cause-
different.
Yeah. It's like the Forerunner. My Forerunner has the lens has a bunch of lines for the directional of the light. But when you get to, I think, 99 or 2000, it's a clear lens. And then inside is where all the directional beam pattern goes.
Is the same headlight or just
Yeah, it's the same headlight. It's just the lens is now, instead of, with all the lines in it,
Yeah.
is now clear.
So maybe that might be a good upgrade for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you should.
But I'm the same thing like you where I'm like, well, my headlights are working. They're
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
bright. I
that's
mean,
true.
I don't want to spend, $300-400 to change out my my corner lights and my headlights.
I think that's the difference between, I think, at least for me, overlanding stuff. Most of the stuff you buy, you're buying it to use it.
Yeah.
So you're not buying stuff and not using it, right? Like where like other car things, you might be like, oh, I really didn't like the sound of that exhaust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the, I don't know, something like that. But I think when it comes to overlanding, you're very specific and you do your, your research on what, is important to you. So whatever you do buy, usually you use, unless it's something that, it could be
Yeah.
an instant somebody's shower, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't perform as well as it does. So you're like, well, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So you don't want to use that shower. But then you'll look into another brand that might have more, water capacity or higher pressure or something
Yeah.
like that. So, for the most part, I think anything that's overlanding, it's always useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I did get a cot tent. You ever seen those?
I knew you were gonna bring that up.
Have you seen the cot tent?
tent?
It's a cot,
Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
and then the
As a
tent goes
cover on top of
goes
it.
over it.
Yeah, I've seen those.
And I got one for like $50. They're,
$50.
Yeah, they're like 150. 200 brand new.
Did you use it?
Yeah, I used it at the last Mojave Trail. I'm like, oh, cool, dude. It's perfect. I woke up and there was so much condensation across the whole top.
Condensation.
Yes. And what did the temperature get down to? Like 29 or something?
27.
Yeah,
27 degrees.
It gets cold out there.
Yeah.
You
so-
wouldn't think so in the desert.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we were at
Depends
about,
where you stop at,
we're
right?
about
But we stopped at
7,000.
the highest peak.
yeah, 7,000 feet or something.
We camped at the highest peak.
So the next night we were a lot lower, and I think it was like around 4,000 or 5,000, kind of like the same where the freeway is on the 15 going north, and it still condensated. I was like, what the heck? I had to wipe it down again. I ended up selling it
Oh, it's
after
because
that.
you Sasquatch breathing, bro.
My heavy breathing, yeah.
Yeah,
But I've took other tents and I never had condensation. But
Well, maybe
this one,
it
maybe
needs
could-
venting.
You need to vent, bro.
It's so
Did you-
small that you're taking
Yeah.
up all the
Yeah.
oxygen.
Sasquatch. Was it
I've-
for like one person or two people?
no,
It's a one
it was
person.
an XL.
This dude needs. Yeah, you
So
need
it's a
like
one
double
and-
XL, bro.
it was a one-
family size
3-person.
spot.
One and a
Yeah,
half,
he's-
one and a half people.
Oh yeah, you need a family size
Yeah.
spot, bro, for you.
So I have a little 2-person
Yeah.
tent, and I'll sleep in there, and it doesn't condensate. But each tent has different materials, so you get a 4-season tent, and it prevents that condensation buildup.
Yeah.
what's the material, do you know?
No,
Well,
I didn't look into the material.
Well, see, that's I guess that's kind of like a mod, but like at least you tried it,
Yeah.
and it didn't work out
Yeah.
for you, and then you move on to the next
Yeah.
one. But even if you kept it, it was only it's only 50
50
bucks.
bucks.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So you could carry it with you, and then if somebody totally forgot their camping gear, then
They
you
can
could
use
you
it.
could
Wash
use it.
them stuff
Yeah.
for.
There.
Here, I have a cot.
Hey, you don't even have to take a shower in the morning, bro. Just sleep.
Right?
You'll get wet.
So yeah, I think anything that's overlanding, it's more you choose it because it's useful.
Yeah.
Here's a
You-
question for you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I insist.
No, I was gonna ask since you brought that up. Do you ever find yourself overpacking? I think that's my biggest problem.
I used to. I used to a lot.
Always been.
Yeah, I used to a lot.
Yeah.
But now that
Yeah.
I know my vehicle and I know what I use, I don't overpack. Or what I do is I ask whoever I'm traveling with
What they're taking.
what they're taking. So there's no point in me taking my.
So I told
Table.
Robert, he said it was a dumb idea. I was like, bro.
No.
I said that way we know we're not doubling up.
Yeah.
You know, if someone
I-
has tools, all right,
I
let me take
never
this other
said
stuff.
that was a
That's
dumb
a dumb
idea.
idea, bro.
I never said
I
that.
always take my own stuff.
So I mean, like the
Everyone
problem
take- I'm
we've
like,
had is where we'll take 3 tables,
Yeah.
but we're missing propane.
Yeah.
Or just an example. Or we'll take 5. Everybody takes an ice chest, and we
Yeah.
have a
It's like-
bunch of ice chests.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I mentioned that to you. I'm not.
Yeah.
You don't remember? You're like, oh, so I always take.
no,
I'm like,
I never
bro,
said it was dumb. What I said was when I go, I always pack for myself.
Yeah, yeah.
not
yeah.
the food.
Because-
I'm talking about
No.
equipment like tools,
Equipment.
jacks.
And everything. I pack for myself because someone will always forget something
Yeah.
or something. So I pack everything where I can work on my Forerunner and do what I need to do and also be self-reliant if I have to. What if you-
Greedy.
I mean,
And what I was talking about is we should all, when we go,
No,
like,
you're
let's
right.
Say, what are you taking? Maybe 2 of an item, if some,
Yeah.
but not
Like one table.
Bro,
One
I was
canopy.
like, man,
Yeah,
because
we
then we
don't-
are overpacking when we go.
Well, so to Robert's case, I pack everything I need for my vehicle, and sometimes I do pack more when it comes to fluids and stuff like that because some people
Yeah.
might break a line,
Yeah.
or something like that. Then I carry that kind of stuff. But I figured out exactly what I needed to to drop my weight in
Yes.
in the stuff I take already.
Yeah.
But I always say, make sure that you carry the right tools that you need for your vehicle.
Exactly.
Because I'm not here to do your job, but
Yes.
I can help you if I have the tools. But if
Yeah.
you have to know your vehicle, the common things that break
Yeah.
from the smallest bolt to the biggest bolt, you should have it in your car, in your vehicle.
Yeah.
But when it comes to overpacking, it's usually like kitchen stuff or
That's
stuff
what
like
it
that.
is. Right.
So I think that's when, when somebody takes the lead and say, hey, here's the stuff we're taking, or here's a list of what we need for this trip, who's taking what.
Yeah.
So then,
good idea.
so then, okay, well, you're going to bring the stove. So you have
Yeah.
to make sure that your stove is functional
Yeah.
with gas and everything. Not saying, well, maybe he'll take the stove so I don't have to bring the propane.
Yeah.
But in that case, always bring up a backup, one backup propane tank or
Yeah.
canister.
So backup truck.
I think Billy G's idea of having, next time in the group chat, just, call it out. Say, hey, who's going to bring the table? Who's going to bring the grill?
Yeah.
Who's going to bring, like, the big stuff?
Yeah.
That way we don't have to carry 5 tables, 5
Yeah.
grills. Last time, I always take my 2 grills,
Yeah.
and that's enough. I think Chris took his grill, and then who else had one?
I had my own stove. That I
You had
took.
the little stove.
Well,
and
I had my own
Yeah, your
stove.
grill.
Well, I have a box, and the box has
Yeah.
all the kitchen stuff, like everything to cook, right?
yeah.
So the box is ready to go. So I just throw it in, and
Yeah.
that's it. And next to it is my cooler, and then a few items of clothing.
We should just
and
take
blankets.
MRIs, bro.
Bro, you want to get
you can-
stuck? Like,
can have
you won't be
that.
able to poop after the weekend.
Yeah. So obviously you could tell
Cup of
who
noodles.
does the more camping and overlanding here.
Yeah.
It's you. So because you already know,
Yeah.
I just have one container, and like you said, it
Yeah.
has all my
And-
kitchen stuff.
And it's
Yeah.
over 10 years of camping because I started camping again.
Yeah.
Actually, even more since Glamis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going in and, starting off with people saying, hey, I'll take this. Someone always forgets something. And it happens. It's normal.
Yeah.
So it turned into, well, I better take all my stuff just in case. And I take a little bit extra, like propane tanks. I always carry like 5.
Yeah. same.
Right.
Yeah.
I only use one for the whole weekend, but there's always someone, I forgot propane tank. Here you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I always carry everything, but too much.
I
Yeah.
used to be light pack, and that was my thing. Hey, let's just get the essentials, like a little bit
Yeah.
extra. The last time when I went to the Mojave with you guys, I told my wife I overpacked. I go,
Yeah.
now I know next time I'm not gonna overpack,
Yeah.
but definitely some tools, not all the tools. I don't need to take a power, a drill or impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone has one, cool.
I have an
Hey,
impact
cool.
in my truck.
But I mean, I can get away with hand tools. Sure,
Yeah.
I need it because if battery dies or something. God
Another
forbid.
thing is that our group was big.
Yeah.
So when we have like food wise, we took 2 stoves,
lot of
3
food, man.
3 grills, a lot of food, and it's because we're a big group.
Yeah. Oh, and also our last one, I was leading, right? I had all the Milwaukee power tools and everything needed. A guy broke down and he was like a quarter mile, well, maybe eighth of a mile behind
Yeah.
us. But it was a single trail. There was a bunch of cars, and I
Oh,
was
he was
too-
in Group B.
Yeah.
So it was the second. We split up our groups.
yeah,
so-
and he was way back there, and I was like, well, I can't walk back there because
I would
I'm up here.
Back there, dude.
Yeah.
I would have done it.
No, but remember we were going through that part where the walls
No, but
were
I'm saying,
side-
Yeah.
I would have walked it, dude. Like, hey, mile, fuck it. It's a
Yeah.
workout. It's
Carry the jack.
helping out a team.
Or everybody just go
handle
back
it
and
real quick,
reverse.
Yeah.
Well,
That-
yeah, that's what.
And I remember you told me that, but I was like, and that's a valid decision. Like, it's like, shit, dude, I'm not gonna walk past.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think if something like
But-
that, I'm like, let's just get it done.
But for everyone, the revert, we had like probably 7 car spaces.
Oh, it's more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It was a lot of
reverse.
cars.
What was the essentials he would have needed? Just
He just needed impact.
Bro,
Just change his
I would
tire.
have walked it, dude. Just
Yeah.
put some calories.
Yeah.
Then I would have ate some more.
Bro,
tacos
I
that
needed
night.
those precious calories.
No,
I was
no,
in a
it
Well,
desert.
they did. Well, look, I mean,
I told
3
you that
cars
too.
down, they had it. So
Yeah.
one of the
No,
guys
good.
ended up bringing it. So,
So that's the backup, right?
we're okay.
Yeah.
Two, but
Yeah.
yeah, man.
So, what was the worst repair you had to do off road?
Nah,
The craziest.
Nothing yet.
Really? Knock on wood. Yeah.
Knock on wood.
No,
That's
nothing
not
yet.
real wood.
Yeah.
My mechanical
wood.
fan went out on my 4Runner a couple years ago in the
really?
Mojave Trail.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Was it hot?
Oh yeah, it was like we did it in February, March, April, May,
Wait, your
Oh,
the clutch
dang.
went out?
March or May. the fan clutch.
Oh, that's not bad. You
Why
can
not?
still drive
You
it.
could-
Yeah.
It's
so
just, it's
you
just
could tie it,
it's just loud.
Yeah.
So what it was doing at low speeds was it was
Sounds like a UPS truck. That's all it.
no, it didn't lock like that.
Oh, it didn't.
No, it was
loose.
free. Yeah, it was loose.
So you zip
So
tied
low
it.
speeds were it was overheating. So my thing was speed through, stop, wait till everyone catch up, and go that route. Right. The higher the speed, the more airflow I got across the radiator,
Yeah.
the better it was.
Cool down.
The next morning when the car cooled down,
Mm-hmm.
I had a trash bag. I emptied out all the antifreeze into a clean trash bag, pulled off the thermostat,
MacGyver, dude.
right, and then cleaned it up, siliconed it, put it back on.
Without
and
the
then,
thermostat?
Yeah, without
What's
thermostat, and reused the antifreeze. And
But your water could still get hot even without.
it can, but it was
Thermostat.
constantly flowing now. I didn't have to wait for it to,
Yeah.
because the thermostat's 180 degrees. It opens up and tries to keep the engine running at a normal operating temperature. So that was a little trick to get going. What I carry now are long self tappers where I can pull the fan off if I have to. Zip 4 in there, they'll lock everything in place,
Yeah.
and that way it'll stay, solid connection.
Have you seen those? I just picked some up. Those hose clamps.
Yeah.
So just carry a set of those too, so that you don't spill any coolant out of the hoses too.
Oh, you mean the wrenches,
They're like knives.
Clips.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
like flat ends.
There's some flat ones,
to
but
close the hose.
they're knives. Yeah, it closes the hose, so you could do repairs. It just leaks whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then it literally locks it squishes the hoses.
That would have been nice. The only thing I would have had to catch was just pulling off the neck for the engine.
Uh-huh.
That's it. But
It just reminded me of all the fluids I take, because I take brake, oil obviously, and I don't take antifreeze.
yeah, I don't take antifreeze
I did.
either.
I took antifreeze. I took transmission oil.
If there's an emergency,
Yeah, I took
I would just do
things.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, water will work, but
Yeah.
Or what I do is
Overpacked.
if you have multiple Toyotas,
Yeah.
then just somebody bring bring some
yeah,
just
Jug
one,
of-
one,
just
one
one
of
jug, yeah.
one of you guys.
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Again, 2 people. The backup, one person, and the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if there's multiple Toyotas.
Yeah.
A lot of the parts are
Use the red,
interchangeable or
red
you use the
antifreeze.
so
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah,
Dude, when I had the two-door
these are
Jeep,
good ideas.
Mm-hmm. I learned how to pack really, really light.
Oh, yeah, because it was small. Huh?
Yeah, because it was small.
Oh, yeah.
I had to take the back seat out, and it's literally a small section. And it was only, by the time I put my bag, my sleeping bag, and my tool bag,
Yeah,
it was starting to fill up, and I couldn't put my big box of kitchen stuff. So I had a little egg carton where I put one plate, one fork, one cup.
And but that's all you need, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
That's it,
Unless you're traveling with the spouse or something.
Yeah.
You really don't need freaking a griddle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I've got that little stove.
Yeah,
Man.
Yeah.
as long as you could, cook off of one, and heat water,
Yeah.
you're golden.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody else has room and has the space for it, then go ahead and do it. But
Yeah.
you really don't. I mean, again, in my camping gear, I probably have like 10 forks,
Yeah.
and I don't need 10 forks.
Yeah.
yeah,
But again, if somebody needs one, I have one. But it's part of my setup already. So
Yeah.
if I have 10, it's okay. So yeah,
And the bad thing is that when you go in a big group again, you're thinking for everybody, right? Like
So-
I always take a lot of food for everybody.
no, that's then I'm going with you
different.
because as long as there's food, as long as
Yeah.
I know Jericho's gonna have food.
Oh, dude, we always have food.
I think that's
Just
a
show up.
good part of his plan too. That
Yeah.
take food for yourself, and then a little extra to like pitch in community, like a potluck.
Yeah,
That way you don't feel like you're over carrying. Because what sucks is when you have too much food, and I was like, shit, now we gotta cook it
come
all.
back.
I gotta
or
come back, or it's
with
gonna
food.
spoil. So
Yeah.
it's like, definitely that's the one thing that I try to limit. Even this last time, that's where I felt part of the overpacking. Because I swung by Domino's, man. I bought some pizza, threw it in the cooler with some dry ice. Stayed cold. I ate pizza basically that whole weekend, man.
Mhm.
Literally pizza,
Yeah.
couple of tacos and I over purchased. I'm like, I could
Yeah.
definitely reduce it to something
Yeah.
really minimal.
Oh well, what I do in my group, we all choose if it's twos and twos or just one person. Somebody will be like, I got dinner for this night, and I got breakfast. So then everybody's responsible for an actual meal.
Yeah.
Or like you said, everybody just bring your own for yourself, and then bring some community ones. So there's different ways. At the end of the day, as you start realizing it's communicating with each other on what tools you have, on what stuff you're bringing, and
Yep.
what food is bringing. So that's the biggest thing is communication, especially when you have a big group.
And we do the same thing. We're supposed to cook breakfast or dinner, and then we'll do dinners. One part of the group will do dinner, then the next day the other part of the group will do dinner, and we do like steaks. The whole.
Hey, bro, can I share a confession about that shit?
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are grabbing their wieners, pissing, not washing their hands, and then dipping
Touching the meat.
The meat and the cheese.
Oh, that's why.
That's why I was like,
speak for yourself.
I'm good, bro.
Speak for yourself because
I'm
we
good.
have on every table when we cook, there's a big water jug
I didn't see no.
that's just with soap next to it.
I didn't see nobody wash their hands.
Then you didn't wash your hands.
I didn't touch it.
cochino.
Don't touch my meat.
I started seeing people. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
I'll
Don't
be
touch
back.
my
Take a
meat.
piss. I'm like,
Dude, there's a big.
They sticking their hand in the cheese. I'm like, oh.
Robbie,
I'm not
see,
eating
you've
that.
seen the washing station.
I've seen
You do
it.
it. You're the one that sets it up.
When you
So,
guys cook, man.
we wash our hands. I don't
Like,
know about
yeah,
you.
just only certain people. Yeah, I wash my. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to.
I wash my hands.
I probably don't.
Bro.
I do.
Hell no.
I spray a little bit of pizza
Salt?
on it.
There you go.
No wonder
Pink
he,
Himalayan salt. It's good, man.
no wonder he just ate pizza the whole time.
Yeah, I'm like,
Shit.
shit. I'm cool, bro. No,
Yeah.
because I saw him like, fuck, I'm not gonna eat that.
So
I'm
you,
cool.
you talk about spoils. How can you prevent food from spoiling?
Oh,
Dry ice.
what I do is I use Ziploc bags.
Okay.
I put my food in so they don't get waterlogged, right? And then what I do is not a lot of people know about this, but you prime your ice box. Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get a block of ice the night before, and you put it in your ice box. And the whole idea is to get that ice box down to 32 degrees. Whatever you put inside that ice box, you now put inside your refrigerator to get that temperature down. So then the next morning, you pour the water out. You put your a bag of cube ice. Then you put your food in there, and then some more cube ice. And that block of ice will last for like the next 4-5 days. And if you do the other way, where you buy your food the same day, you put your ice in the ice box, the food is too warm and will just evaporate that ice
Yeah, I think
faster.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I think
Pre-cooling.
I think
Yeah.
one of you guys, whoever has most of the food, invest in a fridge
Yeah.
yeah,
because
I've been talking about that forever.
You were talking for
because
years, man.
that's one of the probably. I mean, for food wise, the best thing I've gotten was getting a ice cold fridge, and then using that for all my food, and then for any drinks, if my drinks don't fit in there, then I just get an ice chest because I don't care for the ice or the drinks to get warm or anything like that because I'll probably drink them beforehand. But yeah, getting a nice fridge is very helpful.
Yeah. That and ice takes up so much room.
Yep.
It
Like
does.
without ice, like a 50 cubic is like small enough for a few days for two people.
Yeah,
You can throw all your sandwiches, your water in there.
yeah. I didn't have to worry about that. I'd use a block of dry ice and a bag of ice.
Yeah.
and it kept it like
But
some
no.
of my stuff was freezing.
But what I'm saying
Yeah.
is that takes up a bunch of
It
real
does.
estate in your ice box.
Yeah, it
and
does.
you can get the refrigerator can be smaller than your ice box and hold more food.
So you have a fridge.
Yeah.
What kind do you have, and do you recommend it?
Iceco, yeah, it does.
Iceco?
Iceco's
yeah.
great.
Oh, that's like the most popular brand.
It's really popular right now.
Yeah.
There was another. Dometic was really popular, but I think Iceco's been really doing good on their marketing. I've been using their stuff since 2020, so 5 years now. So I have one of their old school fridges, and it's still running good.
Still running good?
Yeah, they're actually in LA, so they're not too far if you need to pick one up.
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the coolest things that you can buy, or the best thing you could buy is a fridge, because you could I got it down to all my containers fitting perfectly right. So then I could have, like you said, steak, and then I have shrimp in one, and then I have condiments in one, and then I have a egg holder. So for my breakfast,
Hold your
I have everything.
Yeah.
So I have everything there already ready to go. So it's kind of like the same thing with kitchen.
Dang, you got fancy, man.
Yeah, I mean, I got lucky that I was able to meet them a while ago. But yeah, that if you can invest, if you're doing more camping again, if you're doing a day trip or whatever, then a fridge might be overkill. But if you're doing multiple days, you don't have to buy ice and nothing like that.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about water or something leaking. So the fridge is really good. But again,
Waterlogged bread, that's gross.
yeah, that's
Well,
nasty.
why would you put your bread in there? Bread
Waterlogged
should be stable at
No.
room temp.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, bread should be stable at room temp. So
I, don't know.
wouldn't
I like
worry
my
about-
bread cold.
Oh, dude.
Waterlogged. He likes it waterlogged.
I like it squishy.
I kept it simple, man. It's not even a real cooler, dude. It's a bag.
Yeah.
It's a freaking Walmart cooling bag, right?
Yeah.
It's
I got the liquid eggs.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah, that's
that
what
shit
we,
in there,
well,
man.
we,
Liquid
that's what we
eggs.
buy.
Yeah,
The carton.
the shredded cheese in the Ziploc bag, like you
Yeah.
said. Did like the things I know need to stay cold, and then the pizza I put it on top. I was like, it's just as long as it stays. Shit froze, man, with the dry
Yeah.
ice and the ice. It just stayed
Yeah.
cold.
Well,
the whole
dry
time.
ice freezes everything.
Yeah,
so.
but it kept the ice cold
Yeah.
for like that whole entire trip.
Did the dry ice last the whole?
Yeah, dude, the whole
weekend?
trip. Yeah, man. Yeah, and
Wow.
then even when I got home, I was like, oh shit, still have some.
What kind of bag was that?
It was just a basic ass Costco
Yeah.
shitty bag, man. The
soft ice
soft
boxes.
bag. It was like $20
Wow.
when I got
Yeah.
it, but it lasted. And then the other thing was my drinks, everything kept it out. I did buy meat, but that was already cooked, like chilorio. Not sure if you guys heard of that.
Yeah.
Chilorio, the chata brand.
Yeah.
Bought that shit, so I didn't even have to worry about that spoiling.
Yeah.
Just in the morning, maybe the tortillas, everything that didn't need to be cold, put it there. But I want a fridge. Here's my next question: how do you keep it powered? How do you keep it powered the
So
whole?
yeah,
time?
that was my next thing. You got to make sure that you have some type of power source to keep it charged or keep it running. Because if you don't, then you're either if you connect it to your AC adapter, then it's gonna kill your battery. So you have a the perfect battery setup for that,
Yeah.
or they sell those what are those called, like those
Power
little
stations.
power stations.
Yeah.
Just bought one.
So if
You did? You going? No.
So yeah, you could use that and just power it off of that,
Yeah.
and just making sure that one's charged either through solar or through the car.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, there's different ways, but yeah, again, if that worked for you, what you did, just keep doing that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I plan, dude. I
Yeah.
would want a fridge, but I'm like, man, that's
You most of
out of my budget right now.
Well, I
And
mean,
I don't even go out that much.
That's what I'm saying. It's not
Yeah.
worth. It's not worth $700 to $1,000 for you to buy that.
For you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For it just to sit, in the
Yeah.
garage.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah.
So the same thing you do with like the pre-chill. So what I do is on my fridge, I drop it down to 0, and the night before, and just let it sit there all night. And then when I go ahead and drop my food, by the time I put it in there from the fridge,
Yeah.
it'll bring it to close to temperature. And
Yeah.
so I really pre-chilled it.
Yeah, actually, I did that.
That's
I
a
did
good
that. I
idea.
got the stuff the night before, the
Yeah.
dry ice, put it all in the cooler, even though it's a bag, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I kept some things in the freezer, like the pizza that was frozen. It stayed frozen, and then the eggs were cold. So when I dropped it in there, you're right, it was already cold.
Yeah.
Good
Even for a bag, it
Yeah,
worked.
it's like
It worked.
pre-cooling everything.
Yeah, it worked.
Because if you put hot stuff in there or room
Oh yeah,
temperature,
no, you
Yeah.
never do
Gonna
that.
melt your eyes.
Yeah, never do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's just
The
bad.
thermodynamics.
and then
Yeah.
nowadays, all the ice chests out there are pretty good. They
They
last.
are,
I mean,
man.
the ice chest I have, the ice was still good. The
Is
third
it
day.
is it a Yeti?
No,
But it still works, right?
no, mine's an igloo.
All right,
It's an
but
igloo, but it's a 4-day ice thing. Guarantee it works great.
so, and would you buy that igloo again, or would you pay the big bucks for the Yeti?
well, I have a
like-
Yeti too, but it
The like for like,
nah, I just buy it.
right?
The igloo.
That's
Yeah,
the same thing with the rough country lights, bro.
yeah,
Same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Why you gotta get the Baja designs?
Exactly.
The freaking rough
The
country
Yetis,
lights
what,
work
dude,
the
those
same.
things are $500
Yetis work,
bucks
but same thing with
for a nice chest.
A lot of them, and they're legit.
But if you could afford it and you're okay with it,
Yeah.
yeah,
Go
why
for
not?
it.
Go for it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeti your life away.
Yeah.
But
No, I take the igloo and I like it, and it was
I'm
maybe
Ozarking
like
over here with the
$80.
old bag, bro.
I had
$80 from Walmart.
what's the Walmart one? It's called
Ozark Trail.
Ozark Trail, right?
That's what I
So
Those are
Ozark
good.
Trail
That's what I have.
was
Those are good.
was compared to the Yeti and what's the other Arctic,
Arctic, yeah.
and they
They're the same.
they performed the same, if not better.
yeah, I saw
So
those.
I bought
YouTube
one of those
videos.
vacuum sealed ice boxes. It was it was big on the
Yeah.
outside, but the inside was smaller because the whole space is all vacuum sealed, right? Took up a lot of space. I ended up selling it. Some chump bought it. Skyline Gabe.
Oh,
Hey, it works fine for me.
No,
Hey, Gabe,
actually, I didn't sell it to him. I sold it to his lady, and I went and I bought an igloo. There's a styrofoam, not the the styrofoam inside the liner, right? And it works just as great. As long as you pre-cool it, it works just as great.
yeah,
pre-cooling.
Yeah, that's the key.
Still
Pre-cooling.
want a fridge.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's
You
the
always talk
tip.
about it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
So-
good one. So we
So-
got some good tips.
Besides your fridge, what is the next best purchase you've done for your oven?
Just the Land Cruiser itself. Just the Land
Yeah.
Cruiser itself. I think that's probably one of my best purchases of cars overall. As the Land Cruiser has been like probably one of my favorite cars to to use daily and camping, it's it's taking me everywhere. And so with our import cars, I mean it's cool, but I mean, what are we gonna go drive to a parking lot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
what-
all we do.
and
That's
what-
all we use them for.
Right?
That's
and
what I do in my Tacoma.
And with your off-road vehicle, you could go to the beach, you could do anything,
Yeah.
go in the
Yeah.
mountains. So I think just overall, the Land Cruiser has been my best purchase overall. I mean,
And that's the one you use the most, right? Out of your cars.
yeah, well, for adventures, yeah.
Not anymore.
Okay.
No,
Oh, well, you got that. Yeah, you got that nice Lexus.
Yeah.
But I also have that FJ60 too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's sitting in the garage, so that needs some just some maintenance stuff. So once
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
that's a 3FE.
What year is
right?
your FJ60?
Yeah.
85.
85. I actually have a friend that has an old, it was pre-75 FJ. I think it's not the 40, but it's the wagon.
Uh-huh.
And he has, all it is the frame, the engine, transmission, transfer case, and he has a VIN number for it. So
Nice.
it's pre-smog. So if you know anyone that wants to buy it, he's trying to sell it for like $1,000.
What, so it's missing the whole cab?
No cab. It's just frame, leaf springs, engine, transmission, transfer case.
Legally,
Is it California car?
Yeah.
I mean, do I want to spend $1,000? No. Will I take it off his hands? Yeah.
What would you use it for, though?
You can swap your body on it.
you just swap
No.
the
This-
body.
You could
And then you're smog exempt.
Boom.
you could do that, or just find that 70.
Yeah.
That 75 body.
The body and put it on?
Yeah, and then what you do is you do a frame off restoration. So then you
Yeah.
start from the frame, and then once the frame and everything's done, and drop a motor in it,
Yeah.
then you could LS swap it
So
or whatever.
the body, he must have done FJ80 swap frame and put the body on the
No,
FJ.
so what he was
Because
supposed,
that's what they do.
what he was going to do was he had a Willys body
Oh.
that he was going to put on it. So that was
Oh,
the
that
whole
would
thing.
be cool.
Yeah. So what ended up happening is now they bought a Bronco that they're long traveling, and they're going to take the body of the Bronco off and put the Willys body on that.
Whoa.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Because I know I seen what they do is they get the FJ80 frame and drivetrain, the whole bottom, and then they put the FJ 60
Uh-huh.
body on it, right?
Yeah.
Chassis. And it looks old, but it has a little newer.
yeah,
Suspension,
stronger frame,
stronger
frame.
stronger axles.
Because I think it's C channel versus square channel or something like that.
Something
The
like that.
old frame.
Yeah.
So it's a little stronger.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he needs to get rid of it and he doesn't have the space,
Yeah.
I'm
Talk
down.
to Memo.
I'll pick it up.
I'll ask him. And
Could
I
him
don't
a
know.
deal.
He just said if I knew anyone.
I just always say if they're willing to donate it for science.
Yeah.
There you go. He might. You never know.
Never know.
He
that-
taking up real estate in his house.
That's why I got I got a FJ Cruiser FJ60 for free.
Yeah.
because I asked.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't hurt to ask.
Dude, I like those too. I like the body style.
Yeah.
FJ60s.
So yeah, I can't wait to drive that around. I think that's just gonna be a little more funner because it's more nostalgic
Yeah.
and it's 80s, so people kind of like that look.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, so got lucky on that one.
So we know you have a lot of cars. If you were not in the cars, what would you think you'd be driving?
If I wasn't into cars,
Yeah. If you weren't in the cars, if you weren't in the motorsports and you were just driving a car, kind of a tough question.
Yeah, I can't think what I would drive.
Yeah.
but if I
You think you would have been a Tesla or Prius
Oh,
guy?
that's what you're getting to.
No, I'm not getting at that. Or would you just been a regular
You said
Ford
two
car?
electric cars.
Prius is a hybrid.
It's electric to me. I don't care.
yeah, it's basically the same.
Yeah, it's
Probably just a Honda.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what part of my stage of my life in today.
I think it is a tough question too, right? Because I see guys who aren't in the cars, and I'm just like,
Well,
what
those,
made, what made you pick that
hey,
car?
I
How would
mean,
you ask a car guy that? Like, it makes
well,
no
it's
sense.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's,
you're
I don't know.
asking. So you know,
I
you're
guess
asking
it's
if you're-
like
you
asking
didn't
what's
like cars.
the meaning of the life.
Yeah,
Meaning of life.
Yeah, that's a better question.
I think my Honda Accord, it was just well-rounded car. It was comfortable. It did what it had to do, and it looked cool. At least I thought it looks cool.
That's
Yeah.
what
So
I say about the Odyssey, man.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It's comfortable.
And I think at the end of the day it's an individual question and how and what part of life you're in. Right?
Yeah.
If he has a Honda Odyssey, it's because
It's
because
necessity more
it's
than
So
Yeah.
and
No,
Luxury.
I wanted it, bro. It wasn't a necessity.
you
I
were
was
luxury.
converted. No, don't get it twisted. I could have had an SUV, but man, the minivans are life, bro. They're comfortable.
See?
Well, it's
They're-
easy to
they're
get
plush,
into,
bro.
easy
Yeah.
to
Well,
jump out.
again,
And they smoke 300CXs. Just saying. Where the race is
Supposedly,
on.
I don't
The
know.
race is on, bro.
but it's easier for necessities wise
No, it
because the kids to get in and out. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not an SUV where it's a high and the doors are small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on each individual's
Yeah.
where you're at in part of life. But I mean, it just
That's a hard question to ask a car guy, right?
Yeah.
That's the-
Yeah.
I can't even think.
It's like you can't even
The
think.
diplomatic
right?
answer right there.
And
You
I,
just give
I
it.
see, obviously I worked in an office before, and look at people and I'm like, well, what made you pick that car? Like, why?
I know what you mean.
You're like,
yeah.
you just because someone told me, because I used to ask people that. I'm like, whoa, what made you pick this car? I really like the color.
Yeah.
Like
That's a valid reason, dude. If you're
No,
not
you're-
vehicle,
each
like the color,
manufacturer has
yeah.
almost the same color. What made you pick
Yeah,
that
bro.
one?
Yeah.
I've always when you see someone driving a Chevy Malibu, and not the old ones, like a new one.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh yeah, around that time, like late '90s, early 2000s, the
Ugly
GM cars were
four-door
just like
cars, yeah.
so plain.
Yeah, it's
What-
like
what made you get that,
You pick
dude?
that car, but
Dual climate control.
It's a Chevy.
you know what? Possibly. I mean,
Yeah, because that's what they were known. They were dual climate control. The seats were. My dad was traveling a lot for work, and he'd always have some sort of GM car that he would rent, and I would drive them all. And yeah, dual climate zone, nice comfortable seats, but it was just so plain looking. It looked like a baked potato.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's those cars that. You're
But
just
but
like-
I mean that's again everybody's unique in their individual
Yeah.
ways. So
Yeah.
you're like, but sometimes you see people and you're like, oh, I can see why you chose that car possibly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If it fits their,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a tough question.
Like
Just
like butch women and Subarus.
or Subarus, yeah.
yeah, or they're what are they called? What's the word? There's a word for anyways, yeah, similar to what you were just talking about.
Lumbersexuals and they're foreigners and Tacomas and Raptors.
Lumbersexuals.
Those are people
The
that
hell
wear
is that?
what is it? Flannels and jeans look like.
I should start
lumberjacks.
wearing flannels, dude.
Uh,
Maybe I make
You look like a
tougher.
lumberjack, bro. You're a
some
lumbersexual.
red ones.
I like flannels.
Flannels are always
if,
good.
Lumbersexuals.
if the weather if the weather asks for it.
Flannels are always good. You can't
Yeah.
go wrong with
So you're
flannels.
looking
nice.
like a lumberjack. You're a lumbersexual now.
Yeah, so
All right. Any last words, guys, or anything you want to ask Memo
What
before
else
we
do I got?
wrap it up?
Bro, how you like them Falcons, dude?
they're good. They perform really well. I use them in snow, mud, sand, everything.
They work great.
Yeah, the AT4s now. Yeah, they perform really well. They're quiet. They last a long time.
Ooh.
So then and then the price is fair. So big shout outs to my friends over at Falcon
Yeah.
sponsorship.
Oh,
So-
there you go.
Yeah,
Falcon.
yeah, I like Falcons. I mean, they're well-rounded tires. Yeah, they perform well, and they've never let me down.
So that's a good example of going for performance over looks.
Functional
right?
looks.
yeah,
That's what I got. on
Because
mine.
like I like looks on.
yeah, it looks clean, and I like the look.
The-
What'd
I
you
like
say?
I like looks on tire. When it comes to tires, I think I like looks. I mean, of course, you want performance out of them, but I think I'm going for the meteor look. Every time I buy tires, that's what it.
beefy.
So what tires? What is that tire?
I have Toyos and
Toyos,
BFGs
yeah.
Okay.
on all the cars.
Aggressive
that-
looking.
I like the aggressive.
Yeah, I like
Mud terrain.
I like the Toyo MTs.
I had the all what's it? Open country all terrain Toyos
Yeah,
on
those
my
look good.
F-150.
Those look aggressive.
Yeah.
They're really nice
Yeah.
tires too.
I really
And they're
wanna
quieter,
Mickey
right?
Thompson.
Yeah,
Those are a lot
they're really
quieter.
nice tires.
Yeah.
I really want to give the Mickey Thompsons a try. It's just I don't think they'll fit.
Those look really aggressive.
Yeah.
The new ones,
Now,
the Baja Boss, or
Yeah.
But if
Ooh.
you drive your truck
I like those.
consistently, I mean, you're not gonna like them.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, man. I work
know.
from home. My truck's just parked there. So only
Yeah.
I want to take it out. I want to do a shakedown run. Someone keeps going out to the desert.
I'm still
Doesn't
waiting.
it,
All the time, dude. I'm so tired of the
I-
desert. So tired.
I heard about the shakedown, but that was like weeks ago.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, this
We-
guy's going to take
Yeah.
trips. Not even
Well,
telling us
you
you're
know what?
supposed to
I'm
take
gonna,
yours.
I'm
And
gonna ask
Let's just go,
Memo
bro.
to take us out
Let's
instead
just
of
go do Shakedown.
Robert.
Just go right here.
Yeah, we're
Bro,
gonna do that, man.
dude, just go. That is literally down the street.
That's
I
Yeah.
told him. I said I drive
What?
down.
Oh, you-
This guy's
my
full
right
of
now.
shit.
Let's go right now. Right now.
Okay, in the minivan.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You could.
Bro,
Okay, hey.
We'll tell
Shake
you.
down anything in the minivan, bro.
Hey, I don't have to check in. So
Well, we're gonna plan a
yeah,
day
I
trip.
do actually.
What was
Oh, I thought you said we were gonna plan a date. I was like, date trip.
Date,
Yes.
day trip. What the 20th?
July 12th, we're gonna do
12th.
Big Bear from Pioneer Town up Burns Canyon.
If you're down
So-
for a day
I
trip.
might be doing that next Saturday. There's a Land Cruiser 100 series meetup.
Oh, cause is it 80 series
Yeah,
invited?
we'll go over there. Just drive around.
I mean, last time I think I saw something else, but it's typically
Yeah.
100 series. But if you show up in the 80 series,
Yeah.
they're not gonna say no. But
Yeah,
it's
but I don't
fun.
want to be that guy.
No, I mean, it
Yeah.
could be worse. You could show up in a
Forerunner.
in a Jeep.
In a Bronco.
In a Skyline.
In
That's not a Skyline.
In a Ford Jeep.
Yeah, right. No,
Ford Jeep.
but no, they start off they're gonna start off in Pioneer Town, and they're gonna go up, and they're gonna camp out, or you could just take off that same day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I might just go do it for just to shoot the shit with other Land Cruiser guys.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to roll, I mean, I would see why they wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
You know? If you wanted to pick up Robert on the way up.
So scram.
Scram. Go on, get.
She don't want you.
Yeah.
All right. Memo. That's awesome. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We gotta hit the trails. We gotta check out your GSX. I definitely haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, we gotta. I know we talked about it, and maybe next time if we do another one, we could probably do it from my warehouse. I just gotta move cars around,
Yeah.
make it look a little cool, so that you guys we can have some cars in the background and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We should do another one sooner than 2 years, 2.5.
Oh,
2.5.
That flew
100%.
Yeah.
by. That flew
It
by
flew
so
by.
fast.
Yeah, it flew by super
Dude,
fast.
we've done so many episodes between that. And,
Yeah.
yeah, we got to do another one sooner because Memo's a good friend of the show, and he's always good information.
We've known him since high school.
Yeah.
OG.
You know what, dude? I got a lot of people that walked up to me and told me that they liked your content that you were putting out on our podcast, the first one,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
the info. So seriously, like they're like, "Oh, you should bring them back."
Yeah.
So
Well, hopefully this one helped out. Or if not, we'll do another one, and
Yeah.
we'll be.
Let me make sure I'm recording.
Huh.
Yeah.
we'll do a little bit more specific, to either questions or something like that, or if it's car related or anything
Yeah.
like that, we
Yeah.
could do this, so that if they have any comments or anything like that, to send you guys
Yeah.
a DM or a
Questions
comment.
for Memo.
or questions.
So-
yeah.
YouTube guys, go ahead and feel free to comment. We'll answer
You guys
back.
got any questions?
Yes. Check out Memo's YouTube. Go ahead, Memo.
It's /Mr. Memo, MISTER Memo on YouTube, and then on Instagram it's Mr.98LC and Mr.GSX and Mr. Chevy Trucks. I think that's it. I got a couple more, but
what
we'll,
about-
we'll leave you there.
Yeah.
Mr. Dot Land Cruiser.
The cool content's on
There you
TikTok.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's where he does all his
Well, I'm
dances.
sure they all
Yeah.
link to. They have links to each other.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause you
yeah.
have more.
Yeah, so just go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Memo.
Let's go.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks for joining. Everyone have a good time.
Thanks.
You.
See you guys.
Bye.